I wanted to share with you a really exciting project that I am nearly finished now. Over 30 years since I first started exploring the runes. I have my booklet available from my website or Amazon. I have rune sets that me and my sons make, which you can buy from my website. And here are the very first editions of my rune cards. People often ask me what books to read about runes. Well, these are my actual original notes from 2000, most of them. This is it. One things that I did as part of my shamanic training is I translated the rune poems from both Old Norse and Old Icelandic into English. The dictionary was huge, basically. I was lent this dictionary by my teacher. I didn't have the internet at the time, and so this was pure, hard work. Trying to see another. There we go. This would be Thor. So again, for all of the runes, I was given a sheet with the Old Norse rune poems in Old Norse, the Old Icelandic poems in Old Icelandic, and I slowly worked my way around that dictionary and translated them. And, these are my original, very scrappy little bits of notes, because much of my learning took place through conversation, through experience, through just talking about it and learning about it and being fully present. I have read books, but it's more through the conversation, first with my teacher, then with other good friends that were learning, more recently with some friends in Denmark and my students, and just immersing ourselves in the rich world of Norse mythology, the Eddas, the poems. And that's how I've created my personal connection with the runes. And then what I've done over a period of time, and as I've gone, I've shared this with students, I've tried it out, both for myself and in professional readings, and I've created an image for each of the runes. Now, this image does not define a rune, and in time, it is better probably to work with the runes themselves, because the images will put a slight slant on a reading. But I know how hard it is to really link lots and lots of insight into a simple mark. And so I'm hoping that by having images connected with the runes, it will make it easier for people who are learning to read the runes or learning to use the runes for shamanic practices. So I've just had so much fun with this. You may be looking at these thinking you don't recognize them all. That's because I work with the younger Futhark rather than the more popular elder Futhark. Most, probably all of the information that we have about the elder Futhark came much, much later. We don't really have a direct connection to how the elder Futhark was used, but we do have a more direct connection to how the younger Futhark was used, because we have the rune poems and we have the rune charms in the Havamal. So we have a more direct link, which is one of the reasons why I work with the younger Futhark. The other reason, of course, is because it was how I was taught and it works. And so there we are, 16 rune cards. And what I've been doing with these, more if I've got a shamanic client, I just shuffle. Each rune is only represented once. So I have done 3 card readings, but I tend to just pull one. And I'm going to pull one for myself now, just saying which deity, which rune is most useful for me at this point. just past Beltane, still in the energy of Beltane. And it's Boulder, which is interesting because that is the rune that I am working with this month. I teach a rune a month. So if I take my book and just find Boulder and just run through some of the key words here. Boulder is Odin and Frigg's son. The rune is Sol. And Boulder is very much connected with the sun and the sort of the both midwinter and midsummer. Baldur's, midsummer being Baldur's Vaki and the death of Baldur. I've got here for his keywords love, harmony, justice, beauty, light, vulnerability, fate, romantic love, and hubris, the danger of being invincible. And when I read that, when I look at the symbol, for me, it is actually vulnerability. I'm not very good at being vulnerable. It's not hubris that makes me feel invincible. It's worrying there's no other plan if I'm not invincible. There's no backup plan B. So I think that for me is the message just right now in this moment. So keep an eye. I will be doing more readings with these. And also they will be for sale comparatively soon. I'm just making sure, I'm just using them at the moment and really making sure that I can endorse them as both a learning tool and a reading tool.